Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and today we are going to make a McChicken dupe. It's been going around. I've seen it all over Instagram and TikTok where people are making like a healthier version of a McChicken sandwich. So today, not only is it gonna be healthier, we're using super clean ingredients, but it's also gonna be low carb. But don't worry, it's gonna have all the flavor, guys, all the flavor. We've already made this, it's so worth it. So now I'm sharing it with you. So we're gonna set this little guy aside. Yes, I went to McDonald's, I picked up the McChicken sandwich because we are definitely, for sure, doing a side-by-side comparison at the end. So stay tuned so you can see how ours turns out compared to Mickey D's. Okay, so we have our ingredients laid out. Now to make this low carb, we are using protein powder. So it's just an unflavored protein powder. That's gonna be high in protein, it's gonna be super low in carbs, and it's actually low in calories. So we are doing protein powder. We have our chicken. Now I'm using a chicken breast. It's like filleted. I even cut it in half so it's like nice and thin so it can get nice and crispy. What we're gonna do first is season it. So you always wanna make sure your protein and everything you are cooking is seasoned. The first things first, mustard. Now let me know if you guys have used mustard either on your chicken or your steak before you throw it on the grill. I actually just started doing this a few years ago. I tried it on steak. It turned out amazing. And now I literally season my steak with mustard every single time. So I tried getting mustard on all the chicken just so that the seasonings can really just stick to it. And then we have half onion powder, half garlic powder. Okay. Boop. And of course, you cannot forget your salt and pepper. So whenever I use like garlic powder or onion powder, I just make sure it is unsalted. So that way I can control the salt, because I like my food to have just a lot of flavor. And if it has the salt in it, I have to be more careful because I don't want to end up with like a super, super salty piece of chicken or shrimp or steak or whatever. So I always get my seasonings without it. Now our chicken is nice and seasoned, set that aside. Now we're gonna go ahead and season the protein powder. You can add garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, I mean, literally anything you want. I'm adding salt and pepper to keep it just as close to the McChicken as possible. So protein powder is nice and seasoned. We have our chicken that is fully seasoned. And now we are going to just whisk our 2 eggs. So the eggs are just gonna help bring everything together. That's how the protein powder is gonna just really coat and stick onto the chicken breast. Seasoning my eggs really quickly. And you can season your eggs with just a little salt and pepper, give it a little whisk. I'm just gonna lay it out here. I feel like it's just gonna be easier, you know, on a flat plate versus a bowl. Then I'm gonna have to like shove the chicken in there. So now what we're gonna do is grab our chicken, grab our little chicken breast, toss it right into our egg. Make sure it's nice and coated. This is a big piece here. And now we put it into our protein powder. Beauty. Now you can use protein powder. You can also use like Parmesan with pork rinds. If you are just looking for a clean alternative that isn't necessarily, you know, super, super low in carbs, you can also use tapioca flour. There are different options, but protein powder, I feel like at the end of the day, it adds protein to your food. It's super low in calories, super low in carbs. Oopsie. So I just think it like, you know, it makes sense to use it. So you can either shallow fry these or you can air fry them. I'm gonna shallow fry them. I just wanted to get that nice crisp and also just be as close to the real deal. But if you wanted to save on even more calories, then don't do the shallow fry and just toss these babies into the air fryer, and I swear they come out nice and crispy. If you guys want me to make like air fryer recipes that are low in calories, that, you know, just that you can you can have for like lunch or dinner, let me know, and then I will work on, you know, sharing some of those as well. But when I was on my weight loss journey, I definitely was always super, super careful about, you know, how many calories I was consuming. I always wanted to be, make sure I was like in a calorie deficit, and it actually worked. Let's go ahead and move over to the stove, and we're gonna get to frying. We're just gonna add in some avocado oil. This is more of a shallow fry versus like a deep fry, so you don't need that much oil. I'm gonna do like a medium-high heat. I don't want it to get too burnt because some of these are a little thicker, so I want them to make sure, you know, I just wanna make sure that they cook all the way through. Sometimes that's why I do like just doing them in the air fryer, because you kind of just like put them in and forget about them. But yeah, I just wanna see how like crispy they actually turn out. So we are doing them stovetop in some avocado oil. Usually when you dip them in your egg wash and then you put them into your protein powder, you wanna fry them right away, because what starts to happen is it starts to kind of peel off. So we're just gonna dip it in again. No big deal. Okay, and it's going right in. You can do 2. This is gonna be the moment of truth. How crispy and crunchy are these gonna be? Not only that though, I wanna really see like the comparison between a homemade version that is obviously healthier, lower in calories, clean ingredients, to the little guy in the bag. I don't know if I'm actually gonna take a bite of it, but I definitely wanna compare it. All right guys, so before I show you how crispy these McChickens are gonna turn out, I wanna give Seed a special thank you for sponsoring this part of the video. Now, this is Seed's DS1 Symbiotic. It's a probiotic and prebiotic in one. So it's actually like a capsule within a capsule that actually makes it all the way down into your colon. It feeds all the gut bacteria that needs to be fed down there. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but 70% of our immune system lives in our gut. So if you guys are having issues with headaches, with dry skin, your hair's falling out, you're having inflammation, bloating after you eat, all of that stems from your gut health. Now, these have made a world of a difference for me. They have helped me so much with my digestion, my skin, just overall feeling better. And not to mention, I know this is TMI, but it has just made me regular. So if you have an issue with that, then this is something that can definitely help. Now, I've been using Seed for almost 2 years. Absolutely love them. If you don't have a probiotic and prebiotic that you are absolutely obsessed with, I highly, highly recommend Seed. If you read the reviews, you will see what the hype is all about and why they are always sold out. Now, I do have a discount code, which is Low Carb Love. I will leave it linked in the description below. It will get you 15% off on your order. If you don't have a probiotic and prebiotic that you are absolutely obsessed with, I highly recommend Seed. Again, it's linked in the description below. Just use Low Carb Love at checkout. All right, guys, let's get to frying and cook up these McChicken sandwiches. All right, guys, so I didn't realize how big these chicken breasts were. They're like huge. So what I'm gonna do is cut them in half, and then I'm gonna finish cooking the chicken, and then we'll move over to assemble our McChicken sandwich. All right, so we have our chicken, nice and crispy, our low carb buns, we have some shredded lettuce and mayo. So that's actually all that comes in a McChicken sandwich. So we're gonna do a little avocado mayo. I personally would add tomato and pickles and everything, but we are keeping it traditional and as close to the real deal as possible. So here we are. Then we're gonna do a little bit of shredded lettuce. Okay. All right, and now we are just going to put our little piece of chicken and our bun. Uh-oh. Oh. All right, guys, and here is our healthy version of a McChicken sandwich. Now, all we have to do is compare it to the original. All right, guys, here it is, moment of truth. So we have the traditional McChicken sandwich. It has mayo, lettuce, and your little chicken. And here we have our low carb bun, some avocado mayo, shredded lettuce, and then our low carb chicken breast that is nice and juicy. What do you guys think? Look at this. Like, not just because I made this, I just know, I guess it's just because of the ingredients. I just know how much healthier it is. It's like full of protein, low in carbs, low in calories, and just all clean ingredients. So yeah, we're going with this one. All right, guys, so there you have it. McDonald's McChicken and a homemade low calorie, low carb, clean ingredient McChicken. So now let's go in for a little taste test. Nice thick piece of chicken. It has a nice crust on the outside. These are under 200 calories. A chicken sandwich with under 200 calories that tastes amazing. Full of protein, nutrient dense. Guys, it's just a no-brainer. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave the recipe in the description below. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to turn your post notifications on and subscribe to the channel for more easy recipes just like this. Thanks so much for being here. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.